This NBA Finals Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Edge Boost. Edge Boost enables you to double your bet with no interest. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to get started today.
This is Randy Cross. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Do we have basketball music?
Yes,
can you
we do.
Can you cue the basketball music?
Okay, basketball music's ready. Let me know when you want to hear it.
And fire. The writers, they thought they were striking, but we literally have the Nuggets taking on the Heat. What does that get you? Really fucking high. Let's go. Basketball is back. When I was just staring at the screen and I was like, oh my goodness, it's the Heat. It's a Nugget. We're a mile high.
Woo!
We got a big fat guy. We got a dog.
Blazing those Nuggets. I'm still reeling from that game 7. It was
Reeling how?
It was a masterpiece as a Celtics hater, as a guy who just wants bad things to happen to the Boston sports fans, with the exception of Capper. Thoughts and prayers for Capper as he recovers.
You're only saying that because he's going through some bad times.
Yeah, if he didn't have a heart attack, I would be shitting on him really hard because I love him. But but the fact that they got up 3-0 and then it was great because you heard fans like, oh, we just got to get rid of Mazzulla and then blah blah blah. I think if they would have got swept, they would have been able to write this off easier because it's like, all right, we got to blow this up. It's not working. But the fact that they sucked them back in and got to that game 7 and then embarrassed them in a blowout win at home where they just didn't show up at all. Joe Mazzulla losing his mind, just gonna be hate watching episodes of that now. And now I don't even know if you can fire Joe Mazzulla because he's gotten this far in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's tough to fire.
He did admit this was a failure. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good. Admitting that they did fail. This wasn't.
It's rare for that to happen in the NBA.
This wasn't a step in the right direction towards success, or whatever Giannis said.
Before we bring on our guests from the NBA Gambling Podcast to talk NBA Finals, we'll talk Game 1, series, the whole shebang. I was driving over here back to the studio, Ryan, and co-host of the Die Hard Eagles podcast, Justin, called me. Wanted to give me his thoughts. He was also really enjoying the Celtics collapse, and he said, "You know who
hates Jalen Hurts? Should be said.
What?
Noted Jalen Hurts hater.
No,
I'm just
okay.
Just trying to fracture the show.
Justin loves Jalen Hurts as he should, and he goes, "You know who Jason Tatum is? He's Dak Prescott."
Wow.
And it makes so much sense, the comparison of a guy who exceeded expectations early on in his career, but every year as we go along, this just small dog energy, not getting it done, not getting them over.
Dak was a late round pick. I do think Carson Wentz is the better angle, right?
Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Part
Carson
of a
Wentz,
successful organization.
No.
Never actually the reason they won a championship. No dog.
No, but they never. That if Jason Tatum got injured, they won a championship without him. That would make sense. That you're way off, Ryan. I thought
high pick who has no dog in him.
Okay, yeah, that's comparable. But he
needs to be on 2 more teams.
But Carson Wentz is bad in the regular season, and he played 3 snaps in the playoffs. I thought you would be excited. I thought you would enjoy.
No, I was just trying to save you from yourself complimenting a cowboy like that.
No, that's not a compliment.
Jason Tatum is a great regular season player. You're calling Dak a great regular season player.
Not a great regular season player, but he does play better in the regular season.
I'll bleep this out so your dad doesn't hear it.
All right. Hey, we're going to talk NBA Finals. Before we do that, a reminder, this episode is supported by Edge Boost. Edge Boost is the world's first ever bet now, pay later Visa card. It works like a debit card, and you can get up to $2,500 in betting advances, which again, can be extremely valuable. One, I'm not normally a hedger, but if you're going to hedge and find some sweet middle, and maybe you have the Heat to win the NBA Finals as a future, and you want to hedge with some adjusted series prices, having a little extra bankroll is really great. Or for futures, like if you want to extend your bankroll, getting down on some futures is great. Obviously, if you're betting on a legal site, you have to have the money up front. So you want to maximize your opportunities here with the Edge Boost. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, there's some sort of loan sharks. They give you the extra money. They're gonna screw you over. No, these people I call them loan dolphins. They help you out. They give you the extra money, 0% interest. I mean, I can't think of a way you can get more money to place on your favorite bets without paying any interest. Support SGPN and grow your bankroll by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge. Must be 21 years or older to use. Problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. These next gentlemen, they don't have a problem gambling because they're winners from the NBA Gambling Podcast. Bunch of other podcasts on the network. Munaf, the Machine, Manji. What's up, Munaf?
I've never seen Sean so fired up for the NBA playoffs or NBA Finals. What's going on?
I was talking to my buddy, and that win by the Heat was great for basketball. It was undrafted guys. It was a well-coached team. It was guys going after 50-50 balls. It was random dudes hitting threes.
The problem with
exciting.
Your statement is no NBA fan likes that.
Yeah, I know.
This is an abomination.
If
for
Colby
NBA
watched
fans.
the NBA, he would be loving the playoffs right now because it's like hustle basketball that is winning out.
Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, Caleb Martin. Martin probably should have won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He kind of. It was. I don't hate the fact that Jimmy Butler got it because. Again, like in the games they won, he played really well, and kind of in the games they lost, he didn't show up.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised. Not only did Caleb Martin play for a coach who's willing to take his shirt off and show his chest, but also played for the Nevada Wolfpack. Big
shout out to our other co-host on the NBA pod, Delonte. He gave out, I think it was before Game 7 when we were doing the preview for Game 7. He said take Caleb Martin 35-1 to win the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Fell one vote short.
5-4.
Yeah, 5-4.
Crazy.
Oh man, that's horrible.
And we're also joined by the villain himself, Terrell Furman from the NBA Gambling Podcast as well. Terrell, I mean, we've been on a roller coaster with our Celtics, right? Because it was when the Heat were up 3-0, you're like, I don't even want to talk trash. It's almost mean. But then the Celtics fans came back in and they got cocky. How'd you feel Game 7?
Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Matter of fact, is it not what I handicapped what was gonna happen?
It's true.
Like I said that I thought Miami was gonna run away with one of these games, and unfortunately, we got it, and we got it in resounding fashion. And it was only great because again, they were an 8-point favorite in Game 7 after they had been down 3 games tonight.
Like, what the hell?
Everybody assumed that they won Game 6. You're just going to walk away with Game 7. They're at home. They can't lose. Yet, however, they went and lost a pivotal and got blew out in Game 5 against the 76ers, where that was the same importance of that Game 7. So now, again, at home, blown out, and in a very, very important game.
What's the
it's
stat?
The Celtics doing the Celtic thing. They're just doing what they do, and this is why we don't like them. This is why we don't support them, and this is why the has taken over.
If they fire the coach, this would be is it the 5th coach in 4 coach in 4 years?
Well, yeah, Mike really threw things off with whatever his off the court antics, because if he's the head coach in this
what'd you just call him?
What is it, Amike?
I don't know what it was. But it wasn't his name.
He said Imik, but he combined his first name and his last name together.
Ime
Udoka. What I called him, Amike?
I don't know. Yeah, you just combined the.
You did the dad thing where they just make up a word and say, "That's what I said."
Isn't that DJ that plays in Vegas that you love?
Well, and I think what we should do. Well, let's hit on game one.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I do think that put a pin in it.
Sure.
This is the perfect team to take Boston into 20 years of gloom. Right? The all expectation team. The all when Bill Simmons talks about this team
really
in
like
10 years.
Prescott. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, not only that,
Thank
but when Bill Simmons talks about will Jason Tatum be one of the best to ever play that never won? Will that keep him from the top of the pyramid? In the 4th edition of the Book of Basketball sitting behind me in the year 2045, Jason Tatum, no dog in him. They're gonna fire the coach because the coach is it's what you have to do. It's AAU
But
culture.
I don't know if
and
they
it's
can,
not. It's not the problem.
I don't know if they can fire the coach because all the coaches, Nick Nurse, just signed with the Sixers. I think they're kind of so late into the process. They would kind of be in trouble. I think.
Brad Stevens, genius time to come back
They're
to
not
coaching.
firing him.
Brad Stevens
they're not
comes back to coaching to take this championship caliber team over the hump in a weak Eastern Conference, and then rides off into the sunset and goes and just watches high school basketball in Indiana for the rest of his life.
I don't know why he ever left, or they moved him to the front office
because he's chilling in a fucking office on a leather chair making phone calls instead of having to grind out the travel schedule in NBA season.
It's probably true.
Load management, Sean.
The ultimate load management. All right, let's get to game one, and then I think we stretch out to the series from there. Heat catching 8.5 points in game one, plus 295 on the money line. Total sitting at 219. Heat have been underdogs in 14 of their 18 games during the playoffs. 9-5 straight up as a dog, 11-3 ATS as a dog, 7-3 on the road as an underdog. You look at the Nuggets; they haven't lost a game at home as favorites. They've only lost a couple games in the entire playoffs so far. They've been great. Having rest advantage over their opponents since the start of the regular season. NBA best 18-4 straight up, 14-7-1 ATS. I'm really torn here because on one side this feels like just the ultimate buzzsaw, this well rested Nuggets team, but I think it's gotten to the point where they've rested for so long it could be rest versus rust, Ryan.
Too much. It's like why is it rest versus rust? What are we thinking? Are they like taking naps in the fucking salt water?
Jokic, he was playing. He was watching horse racing. He was hanging out in his pool.
By the way, we need to get him on the Zed Run podcast. He might be into that kind of stuff.
He is a true. I want to give Jokic his own digital racehorse. I think he would be completely in on it.
Let's get a racehorse. Name it the Joker.
The Joker.
And when we'll get it for him if he wins the MVP. It'll be an MVP prize.
All right. I like that. We'll give it. We'll toss it his way.
He'd probably like it. And who else is getting him a digital racehorse?
No one.
Yeah.
Very unique gift. Munaf, we'll let you start here. Game one, man. Like it seems like such a Denver. That first game in elevation is always tough for road teams. The Heat just finished a 7-game series, kind of grueling there towards the end, but they do. They played on Monday, final start on Thursday, so they do have a couple days rest.
If they're in salt water, they'd also be rusting in 4 days. If we're being honest, saltwater rust.
And mindful,
quickly.
they went straight there because
they went straight to Denver after that.
They went straight to Denver because before Game 7, they bought their tickets to go to Denver and got their flight situation set up for Denver before Game 7. And then
just
proceeded
dog
to
mentality
blow them out in Game 7.
But Jason Tatum had a really fun jacket. Did you see that? when he had that jacket, I go, oh, thank God I'm on the Heat here. Munaf, what are we doing here? My body won't let me bet against Jimmy Butler. It's so tough, but this just seems like such an awesome situation for the Nuggets. I mean, I looked at some of the bets, race to 10. The Nuggets are minus 155. I could see them starting out super hot. But what's your handle on this game?
Yeah, I think you talked about how it's rest and over rust or however you want to word it, but I'm going to go with Miami in game one. I like them on the spread. I know a lot of people have already taken the Denver Nuggets just to the angle that, hey, they have had 9-10 plus days off, and Miami's coming off of a 7-game series against the Boston Celtics, this, that, and the other. But Also keep in mind, Miami has won all 3 game 1s on the road in the playoffs so far. They beat Milwaukee in game 1. They beat New York in game 1.
Great
And
point.
they also beat Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals in game 1. So despite them having only 2 days off compared to 9 to 10 days off for the Denver Nuggets, I do like them in game 1. I think they do cover the number. Would I be surprised if they win outright? No, because they've done it 3 out of 3 times so far in the playoffs. And maybe Russ does catch up to the Denver Nuggets, and since they've had about 10 days off here. So I think we kind of saw it if you watch the trophy presentation, Jimmy Butler and Bam were kind of disinterested in getting that trophy.
Well, I don't know, just to jump in there real quick, but Butler's he didn't hold the trophy.
He didn't.
He said, "quote I'll hold the next one." How can you not bet on that guy? And I'm wearing my Air Jordan T-shirt from the Jimmy Butler shirts from the merch store, so it's going to be really tough.
Now you got to model it.
Yeah,
now you got to model it for the people so they can see. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, can't bet against you. Yeah, you can't bet against Jimmy Buckets. But long story short, give me Miami in game 1. I do like the over. I know we don't really talk about the totals, but I do like the over 219 in game 1 as well.
Kicking it over to Terrell. Terrell, I'm gonna as a guy who's probably almost certainly going to be on the Heat here. I am worried about this matchup, Bam versus the Joker, and this is a great nugget from TJ on the research team. According to NBA.com's matchup data,
we have a research team.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we got.
You haven't been using it?
Why have
TJ helps out.
This resource. Who is TJ?
He helps.
Who are these people?
He does research for our show.
You ever seen Pulp Fiction? You know the guy they keep in the crate.
Yeah, he hangs out with the man in the box.
I just made a reference that's way too over. Like these guys are too young.
Terrell was probably born the year that movie came out.
He doesn't know about the GIMP.
Wasn't.
Bam,
I've seen Pulp Fiction.
Bam versus the Joker. The Joker is averaging 50 points and 25 assists per 42 minutes of matchup time.
Wow, Pulp Fiction actually is older than me.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Crap.
So, are you worried about Joker versus Bam? Do the Nuggets run away with it? Do you like the Nuggets game 1? What are you doing here, Terrell?
Oh yeah, I mean, Bam doesn't stand a chance. Granted, in Bam's defense, nobody stands a chance.
Yeah.
He's just unguardable. He's one of those guys. He's not guardable. So I'm not going to put that on Bam because I can line up any other center in the league and they all be taking the same L that Bam's about to take. But however, here's the thing that I think goes into Miami's Heat favor is that one-on-one, maybe outside of Michael Porter Jr., because he's also like very much near unguardable. It's just his height and his length and the ability he has to be able to shoot off the dribble. Everybody else is pretty well matched up with the Heat. Like I think the Heat have a pretty good matchup to stop even Aaron Gordon and his size. I think that they can use, they got some size that they can throw at him. I think Jamal Murray and their guard depth and Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, we talk about Gabe Vincent, and even Max Strus to just throw somebody longer at him. Like you can throw different bodies at Jamal Murray, and I think you can rattle him. And so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, well, I mean, if you kind of just let Jokic get his and you hold everybody else down, which I think is going to be the strategy for Miami, then Jokic is going to have a very, very nice stat line. He's probably going to have a 30-point triple-double or something like that, but they're going to lose because nobody else was able to eclipse much past double figures. So I'm on Miami here. I'm going to take Miami in the points. I know there's the rest angle. I really don't care. It's the NBA Finals. And you've had 3 days off. It doesn't matter. You have 4 games to win until you're an NBA champion. I'm not relying on the rest thing. And if we think about last year, Boston Celtics came out of a game 7 with Miami, and then they played in 2 game 7s because the series before that they played Milwaukee in a game 7, then played Miami in a game 7, then went cross country to go play the Warriors and blew them out the building in game 1. So I think that anything can happen, and Miami is very much well equipped to be in this game.
You know, you mentioned a good point about they almost have to just let the Joker get his and kind of hope for the best. When Joker scores 39 points or more in a playoff game, Denver is only 1-3 straight up in his career. And when the Joker has fewer than 8 assists, the Nuggets are 16-20. So like when he's really spreading the ball and getting everyone involved, that's where they're really unstoppable. And they haven't been great as huge favorites. They're only 4-8 against the spread over their last 12 games as a favorite of at least 7 points. So the spread is already up to 8.5. I was teetering on the fence. I'm going in. Give me the Heat plus 8.5. Kramer, they convinced me. Did they convince you? I know.
So I think
let's take a moment for you to make sure the audience knows you are sitting on a Jimmy Butler MVP ticket.
So first worth noting, again, reminding everyone, we did discuss Caleb Martin to lead Game 7 in 3-pointers at 8-1. Ho hum, that happened. And we did have a casual conversation where I think Terrell was one of the validating voices that said, "Oh, Jimmy Butler, Finals MVP, 18-1. That sounds pretty nice." So I am sitting on that. So it's a bit of a predicament because it's like, how do I play this series already with an 18-1 future, basically on them to win? I don't like them. I disagree with you guys thinking that they're live in this game one. I do think Denver has been dominant at home. I do think that Miami has been very smart about when to deploy the arsenal. And I know they've won every game one up until this point because in those moments they had the upper hand. I think that they can sit back here, deploy go full bore in game 2. But the other possible scenario here is that Miami isn't going to be equipped to deal with the Joker. Miami is going to struggle to stop him from scoring or passing the ball. And Sean, fun fact, second time an 8 seeds made the NBA Finals. Last time, my New York Knickerbockers against the San Antonio Spurs, and they basically got washed out of the situation. Sure, you can tell me it was a strike shortened season, but I think you could also probably argue the quality, the talent quality was there. You had some dogs involved, right? Latrell Sprewell, he's basically basically a homeless man's Jimmy Butler. I mean, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Right. He had kids to feed. That's why he choked the motherfucker. And they were going against a big man who could do it all in Tim Duncan. Well-coached team. I just think Denver has to lose a game at home. Denver's not as a Heat fan and a fan of
Heat
Michael
culture.
Jordan being Jimmy Butler's dad.
You didn't wear your Air Jordan shirt, right?
Oh, I'm not. I'm saving it for a game day, Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not here to dress up in costumes ahead of time. I'm fucking here.
I'm here to promote the shirts. You mentioned coaching. I think Spoelstra is good for winning one game alone.
See, all right, stop.
Spoelstra's coming in 29 NBA Finals games. Mike Malone 0. That has to matter.
It does, but it's not a massive discrepancy like Mazzulla. It's not a Joe Mazzulla, Eric Spoelstra situation. Malone is not a buffoon. He has coached on.
Is good.
He's coached good players. He's coached on good staffs. He's not Joe Mazzulla. That's important to note.
As a Heat backer, I am concerned that they're.
So you like them for game 1 and the series?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Which, by the way, plus
how
7.
Could I not?
Plus
how could I not? They've won me
that.
so much money. The Heat have been like contested twos and the 3-ball. They've been like shooting well above their average. They only had 8 games in the regular season where they shot over 45% on threes. And they got 4 of them in the Boston series. Denver is good at defending the 3. Munaf, are we worried as Heat culture backers and plus 8.5? Are we worried that if the threes aren't going for the Heat, that maybe they pack it in for game 1 and start focusing on game 2?
Yeah, I mean, there's always that concern, right? Because Denver, all throughout the season, were, I think, one of the best offensive efficient teams, and they have some good 3-point shooters. We're talking about Jamal Murray, KCP has had a good playoff run. They have, Bruce Brown has been a great pickup for them as well. So, yeah, I can see them coming out firing, making their 3-point shots, but at the same time, they've had 10+ days off. They haven't had live game action in 10+ days, so that could also be a factor. So it may take a little while for them to get up to game speed or knock some shots down, where I think the Heat can take advantage of that in game 1. But yeah, I mean, you can see a scenario where, let's just say, the fourth quarter, the Nuggets are up by 15 to 18 to 20 points with 5 minutes left, and Eric Spoelstra just empties the bench and says, "Okay, let's forget about game 1. Let's focus on game 2, try to get the split here in Denver, and then go back to Miami and see if we can get the next 2 there."
Yeah.
Knicks, by the way, lost 4-1 only picking up game 3. So in that 8 seed versus
but this isn't your grandma's 8 seed, Ryan. This is the Miami Heat. And again, what I love about the Miami Heat, one, it shows you don't need a tank a la the Sixers. They have guys that just hustle their ass off. And then two, it not only does it show the Sixers fucked up by tanking, but also even in this season where Dallas like went out of their way to sit guys down towards the end of the regular season when they did have, you know, 2 superstars, if you still consider Kyrie a superstar, and had a chance maybe to go on a magical run. And it shows like, hey, get in and maybe you got a shot. So I like what this Heat team is teaching people. Kicking it over to
wait, is Hero playing?
He'll be back game 3.
Game 3. He's decided game 3. I still don't understand if he's injured.
So by game 3, he'll feel like Zion, so he can play.
He feels like he can do Zion things.
I think his hand is good now. I think it's conditioning that they're probably working on.
Oh, I see.
But see, again, maybe I sound like a cranky old man, but you can run with your hand fucked up, right? Like it
ain't game speed, Sean.
Yeah,
you ain't played the game. What do you know about the game? You don't know ball.
I think it is also his shooting hand that got injured. So I think if it was maybe his left hand, where he probably would start game 1. So I think the game plan for Miami might be, hey, let's try to get a split in Denver 1-1, and then coming back home game 3. We're back home. We get Tyler Hero back. Let's see what happens after that.
Now
it's that Top Shot money. He's soft.
Now Munaf and Terrell, feel free to chime in. There are people who think, in a weird way, the Heat are almost better without Tyler Hero because guys like Caleb Martin have been stepping up. It's kind of worked for this team, this version without Tyler Hero. Terrell, I saw you nodding your head. Do you think there's anything to that theory?
Yeah, I do. Tyler Hero comes and he's going to demand at least 10, maybe 15, sometimes 20 shots per game. So that's going to take away from a lot of the mouths, and you're also adding somebody else into the rotation. So guys like Duncan Robinson, who was really good in that last series for them, they're not going to see the court much because you can only play a certain amount of people so many times. So I think that here with the culture of the Heat and what we've seen from Eric Spoelstra is that you don't really see too many people outside of maybe a Jimmy Butler or a Tyler Hero that need a lot of reps to be able to be good shooting the basketball. Yeah. Duncan Robinson came in a game and he takes 2-3 threes and he can be on fire, or he just ain't got it that day. Caleb Martin, the same thing. He can come into the game and he can take a couple of shots and he's either got it or it's just not his day. So I think a lot of that is the fact that they don't need 10, 15 shots to be effective coming off the bench for Miami. Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, they only need like 5 or 6 shots. And that could be enough for them to get hot and really add to your total.
I mean, there's also the version of this, Sean, where it's just, you got a number of, we'll call them 5-star type players, and you got these try fucking hards. I mean, at some point, Sean, we've been the try hards, and we get in the gym, and then the next thing you know, we're getting dunked on.
We didn't have a Jimmy Butler. We had Justin Decker.
I mean, we had some guys that could get hot.
Yeah.
I'll take heart over talent any day.
Yeah, right. Munaf. Come on, let's go. Munaf gets it. He's a culture guy. He's a SGPN.
Don't let me get hot from the extended elbow.
Oh, that was great when the Celtics like, don't let us win 1, don't let us win 3. Anything is possible.
I know we already hit on
the max.
I know we hit on it already, but how do these dumb motherfuckers from Boston not see the level of jinx that they were pushing in?
I know, if anyone, and again, Munaf being a Red Sox, the Red Sox fans out of anyone should understand.
Johnny Damon's calling into Sports Center.
They should understand curses. Yeah, they had Pedro.
Which, by the way, Johnny Damon looking extra stoned, late night, holding the iPhone up, doing the selfie mode, just walking around his house. I was waiting to see like an Urban Meyer style dude in the reflection, shirtless entertainment or whatever you want to call it. Sean,
you got to blame Bill Simmons for being in attendance.
Yeah, he really jinxed it. Yeah, I mean, the ultimate curse.
Perfect time for him to retire. Boston can suck for 20 years. Nothing to talk about, Bill.
Let's talk a little game one props again. Always like shop around because I'm looking at a site here has the Heat money line at plus 295, or you can play the Heat alternate spread minus 1.5, also plus 295. So again, keep an eye on because they offer so much in these games. Even shop around with the same sportsbook because sometimes they offer similar things that are obviously better price here. But game one props, what are you looking at, Munaf? What's jumping out at you here?
Yeah, I think one of the ones that did stick out to me is a nice plus price. Jamal Murray over 1.5 steals at plus 140. You take a look at his game log for Jamal Murray. I think 5 straight games is what I'm seeing. At least he's had 2+ steals. So the market really hasn't accounted for what Jamal Murray has been able to do as far as, playing some good defense, or at least creating some turnovers and getting some steals. Just kind of rattling it off. Last 5 games, 4 steals, 3 steals, 4 steals, 2 steals, 2 steals. So at over 1.5 at plus 140, I will definitely take that. And I think an automatic bet as well has been taking the Joker to go over on his rebounds. I mean, he's averaging, I think, close to 13, 14 per game. Right now it's at 13.5 for game one. I'm definitely going to be on that because I feel like the pace is going to be higher in game one. And usually in game ones, I feel like it's a feel it out type of process. And, trying to figure out what their team is trying to do is a lot more free flowing. And Denver does like playing with a lot of pace. I think Coach Mike Malone even said that during the playoffs that we want to play with pace. That's what really gave us a lot of success during the regular season. So more shots creates more rebound opportunities. And those were the two that I was looking at least on the Denver Nuggets side as far as player props went.
Love it. What about you, Terrell? What do you got props wise for game one?
Yeah, number one, I'm gonna go to Jamal Murray, but I'm gonna fade him. I'm gonna take Jamal Murray under 25.5 points. He's has 9 career games. What is this? 9 career games against the Miami Heat. He's never gone off this part once, not once. And this is a pretty large sample size here. I just think that this is a little bit more difficult of a matchup for him. He could be getting the Jimmy Butler assignment where Jimmy Butler says, all right, who's one of the best scorers you got? I'm guarding him. And, be able to hinder him down. I think that number of guys, Gabe Vincent, like Kyle Lowry coming in relief. Like, I think that they can throw different bodies. Max Strus is just a long body, so they can throw a long body at him. Like, I think that they can throw different looks at him and really rattle him and get him to stay under this total that he's done for his career against the Miami Heat. So I like Jamal Murray under 25.5. And let's see here. I really can't get away from Jokic props. I think Jokic is just going to be a cash cow in terms of points, rebound, and assists, being able to stack up at least points and rebounds. Now we'll see about the assist parts and what Miami is able to do for everybody else, but I like that under. I think Jokic is going to have a big game. And then Michael Porter Jr. over 15.5 points. I think he is a matchup nightmare for anybody. And I'm going to just take his chance of having a big game.
Over 2.5 3-pointers for Michael Porter Jr. He's averaging like 10 attempts or something crazy like that.
See, he doesn't pass. He doesn't. When he touches the ball, you have to be prepared for him to shoot it.
So that's certainly an interesting angle there, which by the way, he's also plus 260 to lead the game in 3-pointers. Caleb Martin down to plus 550 after that.
Awesome catch. Ryan, I'm going to keep riding the Caleb Martin train. Over 2.5 threes. You can get plus odds on that at plus 125. He's 5-2 to this over the last 7 games. He's just shooting the ball really well. And I don't know if they're going to, I think the Nuggets will kind of be okay with him from the 3 line. And I just don't see why. He's shooting at a high percentage. He's clearly not afraid to take big shots in big parts of the game. So I'm going to take Caleb Martin over 2.5 threes. And I'm going to go hardcore D-Gen here because I think the Joker is going to be a little fired up here. No. I think either he's going to be trying to score or maybe forcing a little bit of stuff. The more
their theory about maybe Spoelstra's smart and he says, you know what, don't take the pass away from Joker.
Yes. So Jokic assists in the first quarter for game one under 2.5 is plus 120. Let's go. I like the Heat to clamp down early. And I think their offense could be a little out of sync, especially in that first quarter.
Can we keep the streak alive though of me giving out a winning most 3-pointers.
Yeah, who do you got for this one?
KCP 10-1. Let's go. Has had some outlier games where he's taken 8, 9 3-pointers in the playoffs.
He really had a chip on his shoulder. KCP against the Lakers. Yeah. But I mean, again, certainly that could continue.
Let's see what happens in this game too. Could be some wonkiness. I'm telling you, the Heat are going to do some load management in game 1. Be careful. Still haven't figured out how I'm playing. Maybe I don't know how I'm playing the Nuggets on the way back though for the series or anything.
Black Kirk Cousins in the chat says, "I'm a Nuggets fan, and all this logic hurts." Of course, Black Kirk Cousins is what I guess people call Dak Prescott here.
Wow.
We got Joe Flo 206. Who is he's sitting on a 70-1 Heat ticket. He is hedging using Denver 4-0, Denver 4-2, Denver 4-3. He said as long as Denver doesn't win 4-1.
But that's going to be it.
So what was I'm trying to figure out how you came to, all right, I'm a hedge. I'm going to take 3 of the 4 possible options. And then how did 4-1 become
it's the chalky one. I'm guessing it's the chalky one. It's also the one that I would throw out as like, if we're
probably the least.
If we're getting back to the odds. Script writers really fucked up, it's gonna be a lame series where Denver doesn't lose a home game, and they steal one of Miami, and that's that. Nuggets in 4. 5.
I just don't.
Nuggets in 5.
There's no. I'm super confident. To me, that this Heat team, Jimmy Butler wins 1 game, Eric Spoelstra wins 1 game. I think between the 2 of them, they get at least 2 games.
Okay. Because what if they win the same game? See, that could be the problem.
That could be the problem. And then they're not looking so good here. Black Kirk Cousins also throws out Joker to break Magic Johnson's finals assist record. +1 0 0 0 0 LFG. I'm guessing that's 100 to 1.
100 to 1.
I'd have to look up.
Oh, he must have listened to the pod earlier.
It's probably a
what's the number?
NBA gambling podcast.
100 to 1.
100 to 1.
No. What's the how many assists is that?
22.
He needs 22. So Magic had 21. You have to break the record. I don't
in
think
a single game.
You have to break it.
Single game.
Yeah, in a single game.
I'm thinking that he's gonna crush that.
He has.
Fred VanVleet had a 20 assist game earlier this year. He did it.
I like that.
But it's also to break. The wording of the bet is 23. To break. So 21, you're pushing there. That's
you're not winning at 21.
It is 100 to 1. If I was a Nuggets fan, I'd be all over this. So what do we do in series, Terrell? What do you think?
For 15 assists is +750. So I just felt like 22 and 15. There was just an unreal amount of variance in that.
I like it. That sounds real professional. Unreal amount of variance. Anything can happen. 100 to 1. Let's go, baby.
I just like saying big words.
Well,
I like it.
Variance is a good smart word.
Yeah, people don't. If you use the word variance in sports handicapping, they're like, "Wow, this guy must be a pro."
Well, like a dumb person would say, "There's a lot of ins, a lot of outs." Smart person says,
I do
a lot
like
of
that
variance.
phrase.
Zigzagging.
Well, Terrell, let's talk series. You like Miami Heat +8.5. Gave us out some sweet props for game 1 as well. But what are you doing for the series here?
I'm going Miami as well. I think that series long. I think that I just have a hard time looking at Jimmy Butler, looking at Eric Spoelstra, and looking at this Heat team and deciding that they're just going to go ahead and lose another finals trip. Like, I just don't think that they're going to lose another finals trip like this. Jimmy Butler called it out last season, and they brought it up. And again, have you not seen the trophy presentation? He didn't smile.
No.
He didn't want to grab the
business trip.
He was so locked into Denver that I was no way I was betting against that man. So I think Jimmy Butler has an amazing series. I would take the over on his points prop in game 1, and honestly going forward, because I think he's going to average about 35 points, something similar to what he did against Milwaukee. I think he's going to do the same thing for Denver as well, because he does not want to lose in the finals again.
In fairness, and I guess this is I'm just going to keep trying to calmly talk to you guys. Some sense. Again, I have the 18-1 ticket. I'll be very happy if Jimmy Butler wins, but they beat Milwaukee with basically without Giannis. The New York fucking Knicks, who suck.
He missed one game.
And the Celtics, who
and then they lost the game that he missed.
No, soft ass Celtics who beat the soft ass Sixers. Can't we just say the East sucks still? And that Joker's gonna come in here like a grown ass man who fucking played through some. He just dominated LeBron, Sean. Our LeBron James. What was Jason Tatum? There's no mountain. It was a speed bump Jimmy Butler drove over. Jaylen Brown, is that you down there? Like a fucking McDonald's supersized cup.
Hey, perfect time to remind people. Not only do we have a free contest going for the NBA Finals, we also have one going for the Stanley Cup Final. Didn't say finals there, Ryan. Again, two free contests for the NBA, for the NHL. You can get it exclusively on the SGPN app. Series props, game props. So again, enter in all the series stuff, but then you have to check in for each game to get all the props there. $100 gift card up for grabs for each contest. Download the SGPN app for free. Contest for free. Enter that today. Munaf, how say you on the finals series? What are you doing here?
This Miami team has made me a lot of money in the Eastern Conference run, and I'm not going to get away from them. I'm going with Miami as well. Give me the Miami Heat in 6 games.
Yes.
This Miami Heat team, they remind me of the 2007 New York Giants.
Oh, wow.
You take a look at what they did in that playoff run. They beat the number 1 seed, the Dallas Cowboys. They beat the number 2 seed, the Green Bay Packers. And we know what happened in Arizona where they beat the undefeated New England Patriots. So I'm kind of getting reeks of that from this Miami Heat team. I'm not betting against Jimmy Butler. I mean, Terrell mentioned it. You saw he looked already focused for this Denver team.
Oh, I mean,
he's like, I'm going to hold the next trophy. That's a man that I want to get behind me. Like I said, heart over talent for me at this point. We keep doubting this Miami Heat team. Like, okay, they're going to lose. We thought everybody was picking against them against Milwaukee. They beat them in 5 games. Took care of business against New York. They could have easily caved when they had a 3-0 lead and let Boston come back tie it up at 3 games apiece. In Game 7, they just had a wire-to-wire win. That's a team I want to get behind. Give me the Miami Heat in 6 games.
Woo-hoo.
I got a trend for you, Sean.
Yeah, give it to me.
First round of the series of the playoffs. Again, play-in tournament not considered the playoffs. So first round, Heat lost 1 game. Second round, the Heat lost 2 games. Third round, aka Eastern Conference Finals, the Heat lost 3 games.
Oh, what are you going to say?
What's next in the pattern?
What are you going to say? Oh, it could go
in the NBA Finals.
It could go 2 because it starts going backwards.
No, it's an incremental. It's incrementing here. They lose 4 games. You guys are out of your mind.
Did Terrell say Fibonacci? I like that. Yeah,
well,
I think that's
the one.
Fibonacci sequence would be the doubling, I believe, right?
Oh yeah. So they would lose.
It's not. Oh, it's not when it goes up and then goes back down. Oh,
no.
We got to Google this. So Fibonacci sequence goes 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. So you're adding the previous ones together. So right.
0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3.
Yeah, I'm in on the Heat.
Close. They can't lose 5 games in the series.
Give me the Heat. At what are we seeing here? Plus 335.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because they've won me too much money now to walk away. I can't leave them at the altar.
Can't leave the table hot when it's still hot.
What do you mean?
I mean,
you leave the table.
We're craps
you
guys.
Never walk away from
it. Yeah, Kramer knows that feeling all too well.
I was about to say Kramer
will wait till it's like
so hard.
Yeah,
like
he'll
Kramer,
wait.
If we're on a heater, he will. Nope, let's stay, and then it's when the 2 7s come and he's like, oh, all right, it's time to go.
I am an excellent gambler, for those wondering.
That's a great drop. We gotta save that drop. I am an excellent gambler. All right. What about we of course have the series spread. I know Munaf said Heat in 6. I'm gonna get spicy and just say Heat in 7. The NBA needs some games to make up from the Western Conference Finals. They're gonna make sure it gets to 7. And this Heat team is not afraid to win a game 7. I'm officially going Heat in 7. But what about do you have a thought on MVP here, Munaf?
Yeah, I think it starts and ends with Jimmy Butler. I mean, I like Terrell mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up averaging 30, 35 points in this series. against the Denver Nuggets, because if Jimmy, I know he didn't have a very consistent Eastern Conference Finals, but he was able to get contributions from guys like Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, and those other role players, Duncan Robinson as well. So, but I think this is going to be the series where we see Jimmy Butler turn into the guy he was in that series against the Milwaukee Bucks, where he had multiple 40-point games. He had a 56-point game in there as well. So, I mean, it's chalky, but I think that this team, it starts and stops with Jimmy Butler. So I do like Jimmy Butler to get MVP. If you want a long shot, maybe Caleb Martin continues the way that he played in the NBA Finals. But again, I just think that Jimmy Butler now is going to put this team on his back and carry them to win their title.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing Caleb Martin Finals MVP at? Okay, I'm seeing. All right, 40-1. To me, I agree. I do think Jimmy Butler gets the MVP, but I mean, a lot of places have his series, the Heat series price, as the same as him to win MVP. So I don't know if I'm even going to bet MVP, because I don't know if there's much value in it. But what about you, Terrell? What's your final series prediction, and what's your thought here, MVP?
Yeah, I'm same. I'm going Heat in 6. I think they get it done on their home floor this time
Let's
around.
go.
And they steal one in steal a couple actually. But I think they definitely get one in Denver this go around, whether it's in game 1 or game 2. I think that they step up and get one in Denver. In terms of MVP, I mean it's Jim Butler.
Yeah.
It's either Jim Butler or you're taking guy Nuggets. And I mean, I really can't see a situation where it's not Jokic or Jimmy Butler. Like there would have to be, because Jamal Murray had averaged 32 against the Lakers. Averaged 32 against the Lakers. And
yeah, I mean, you saw it in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like obviously Butler had a pretty good series, but Caleb Martin, in a lot of ways, you could have given it to him. And if he wasn't going to win it there, I just don't see how they take down the Nuggets.
There's no other situation
and he wins.
They can really do that he would win it. So it's MVP.
They need him to play his ass off.
And it was like, it's going to be Steph, guys. It's always going to be Steph. Like we knew it was Steph, and Steph was like plus 100 to win.
And then and if the Nuggets win it, it's also like a makeup call for not giving the Joker the regular season MVP. So like the narrative is so strong there. If you like the Nuggets to take that. Kramer, what are you doing for MVP? I'm not even gonna put a sprinkle on Caleb Martin. To me, it's gonna be Butler, but I'm not betting it. I'm just betting Heat series.
Butler's never not getting it. So again, sitting on the 18-1. I guess if you're looking to get involved, you just play whatever you can get that's better than the series price or the MVP on Butler. That's probably the same bet. I would say, is there should I sprinkle? Like, there's no way anyone but Jokic wins either. Like even Jamal Murray, no chance.
He had 32 the last series. There's no way anybody else gets it.
Yeah. So I've been trying to wrap my brain around how I play this shit. What do I do here? Do I just lean into an exact result? Do I just lean into my Nuggets in 5 and sit with a plus 265 Nuggets in 5 ticket and a Jimmy Butler MVP and hope I don't get middled? I mean, the way that I see it, Denver hasn't lost at home.
True.
Charles Barkley has always told us that a series doesn't start until the home team loses. We haven't seen a Denver series start yet. Like no one has said, "Hey Denver, we're going to play." I don't know if that starts. If it does though, I told you earlier, Sean, if I was a Heat guy, that Denver wins game 1, Heat wins the series. Very interesting to me. I do think they're tired. I am going to be fading them in game 1. I'm going to be looking to play. Maybe do I go early game stuff? Do I play first quarter, first half with Denver?
Yeah.
Do I just stay chalky as fuck? Not as chalky as I thought. The money's pretty split down the middle right now. Even though these experts over here led me to believe that I was a fucking donkey with my extremely public take on how the Jimmy Butler led Miami Heat team and all their fucking tryhards are going to be tired. And guess what sucks? You know what, Sean? I used to play a quick anecdote here. I used to play soccer. Some folks at work.
Oh, congrats.
And one time our buddy was getting married up in the Bay, and I went from soccer game to sitting in a car for 5 hours. Guess what happened? My body didn't feel good for a couple days. I don't know if it was the right choice to get on that airplane right after the Game 7 victory over the Boston Celtics. I think they're going to be sore. They lose Game 1. Maybe they win Game 2, but I think they're done. I think this is it. We get a Joker. I mean, think about it. Do you remember how fun it was when Ovechkin won the Stanley Cup? That's what it's going to be like with Jokic winning the NBA championship.
Again,
we're going to all of a sudden be endeared. We're going to be like, oh, it's so fun when he takes all that money to gamble with the Brodies.
I like the Nuggets. I like Joker, but I mean, not with what
he's the best player. It's the first series where I'm not questioning his dog. I'm not questioning the dog on the other side of Jimmy Butler in this one. I love Jimmy Butler. He's winning the MVP if they win it, but I'll be the contrarian. Nuggets in 4 plus 265.
Yeah, I don't
exact result. No, 5. Sorry, plus 265. Heat get 1.
So I'll make my Edge Boost double down play of the day. I'm going to make it Heat plus 2.5 games as the official lock.
Wow.
Minus 150.
Wow.
I do like
minus 150 lock. Okay.
All right. You know what? All right. Up yours, Ryan. Heat win the series. Double down on that, baby.
Yeah, there you
plus go. 345. I'm seeing.
You know I love a good double down.
sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to sign up. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge. Munaf, what is your favorite bet, and is there anything that you like that we haven't gotten to before we close things out?
Probably my favorite series long bet. I'm sorry, is over 5.5 total games for the series. I do think that at least we see 6 games in the series. Like I said, I do like Heat in 6. Definitely shop around. I do see some minus 130s out there, minus 140s. But yeah, over 5.5 total games for this series. And like you mentioned, that maybe the league wants to extend this series based on what happened in the Western Conference Finals, where they got wrapped up in 4 games. But I think it'll be a competitive series. I think, people aren't giving Miami enough credit for what they've been able to do. I do see at least 6 games in this series.
I don't know if we discussed this earlier, but I guess the counter argument to my counter argument is the Spoelstra 6 out of the last 15 NBA Finals has been coached by Eric Spoelstra, one of the teams. So that's the experience.
He's an awesome coach.
Yeah, I wish you all the worst of luck with your picks, but
Terrell, what do we got cooking? What is your favorite bet, and is there anything that we haven't given out so far you want to get down on? I saw there's some crazy stuff like they just call buzzer beater bets. They have a bet called Bang, a shot going in over 47.5 feet, 50 to 1. Any other wild stuff you want to give out? And what is your favorite bet for the series?
Favorite bet for the series, I'm going to Jamal Murray. I think he is the deciding factor if Denver wins an NBA championship or not. It's either Jamal Murray plays really, really well and it's just too much for Miami, or Jamal Murray shrinks and he plays about what he's been doing against the Miami Heat, which is a couple of 20-point games, majority around 14 to 17 points. And if he goes under his points prop for the series at 26.5 on average, so he has to average either 26.5 over or under. If he doesn't get there, they're not winning the championship. So I feel pretty much this is correlated with my Miami Heat money line play, taking Jamal Murray points per game, average under 26.5. And the buzzer beater cashed last time around 30 to 1. Shout out Derek White. Appreciate you. And you know what? I have to thank Boston actually, because if they didn't do the most by going and winning 3 games and then shrinking in Game 7, I wouldn't have gotten the over. We wouldn't have gotten the buzzer beater 30 to 1.
It's true.
And we wouldn't have gotten Miami at plus 250 that very last time. So, you know what? Thank you, Boston. I appreciate you. Going back to another buzzer beater, Jimmy Butler gets me the buzzer beater that I wanted in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Love it. Kramer, any final bets here You want to give out?
You want a party
what's
shot?
your
All right.
what's your edge boost double down play of the day?
All right. So I said Denver in 5.
Yep.
Plus 265.
Okay.
So I can logically I can get you double down right here to plus 650 just by playing the exact pattern of game 2, 3 or 1, 2, 4, 5 go to Denver. Game 3 goes to Miami. The obvious must win game 3 back at home. That's a plus 650.
Oh,
so
okay.
you know what? Just throw that in the kitty for me.
Okay.
That's probably good enough. And remember out there, you can blackjack, aka ace and a 10, also 11. You can double down on that too.
And you can double down sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge. Big thanks to Munaf and Terrell. Make sure you check them, Lante and Scott on the NBA Gambling Podcast. You can follow Terrell Furman on Twitter at ReallyRel _, and you can follow Munaf the Machine Manji on Twitter as well at SportsNerd824. Thank you guys. Sure, we'll be hearing more from you for the NBA Finals. So get in on the NBA Finals contest, also the Stanley Cup Final contest as well. 2 free chances to win a sweet $100 GPN gift card. Maybe get a Air Jordan T-shirt as well.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, Second Money Green, and he is Ryan.
I figured I'd leave you guys with a gift. First bucket of the game is a Caleb Martin 3-pointer plus 2,200.
Oh my God!
Kramer, let it ride.